And we are live. We're here to watch ASharpp versus Alice Marie. Two really good players. And I am Dark Mewtwo. And with me here is Dynascape. How are you?
Hello everyone, doing fine as always, thank you Dark Mewtwo. Finally almost done. Wow, great roll by ASharpp. Finally almost done with our Saturday night matches. Our penultimate match is going to be ASharpp versus Alice Marie. That is seed 3 versus seed 30. ASharpp with that perfect roll is gonna earn himself first protect as well as first pick of the match.
Yep. ASharpp rolling what the accuracy he's gonna get in every map this match.
Yeah, gonna be tough to kind of handle ASharpp's just relentless attack on the right side of things. Got first place on the accuracy rice pick of the qualifier pool for a reason, so you know that they are going to be sticking to that top half of the map.
Yep. ASharpp protecting rice to Ascension to Heaven. Pretty obvious pick for ASharpp, being extremely good at that rice consistency.
Yeah, definitely. Might have to look at LN maybe forced over to that side, but no. Headstrong stays in the rice pool for the protects. Gonna go ahead and protect Vortex. That's gonna be rice 5. Maybe a bit more comfortable as the physicality is upped a bit and the patterns get a little bit more tricky.
Yeah, and I think that's what Marie is hoping for, to play maps that are more tricky and easier to mess up on, and going for VFC while ASharpp hoping for a miss there.
It's just very, very hard to choose when you are against another USA MWC team member. Gonna go ahead and ban Shirgane. That is LN2, so slight sense of uneasiness on this current LN pool from Alice Marie as we head into our final ban from ASharpp. What's it gonna be?
Probably an LN, or maybe hybrid, who knows. Honestly, anything goes on this, yeah.
Okay, well I could say Rabbit out of the way. Something similar along the lines of Rice 5, I guess. Kind of a burstier thing with a lot of jacks, awkward patternings. And ASharpp gonna go ahead and pick Rice 1 to start us off. This is kind of like our Rice 2 pick in the same vein. Consistency really is key. This map does go on for less than 2 minutes, but honestly you are so active the entire time.
Yeah, and even though this map is not as straightforward in terms of patterns, it's still overall just speedy streams that you're going to be playing throughout the entire map.
Yeah, I think the 300 count will really shine through. ASharpp's accuracy is on point. We're gonna have to see how high they can reach as usual. Alice Marie probably gonna have to look for a couple of misses on ASharpp's side, maybe a hardware defect like we saw with Mitter's match a couple of hours ago, where Sir Camp was able to take a couple points due to that, if anything is to be done.
And Marie starting off with a few bad judgments, getting dropped down to 98, but now building back up their accuracies over 99% accuracy, and ASharpp just destroying currently.
Yeah, not as much as some of the other competitors we've seen. I remember Mitter basically holding a 99.97 throughout the entirety of the song. ASharpp still doing extremely well, 99.91 as it stands, and we are third of the way into the map. Both players above that combo cap, and Mari has reached that 99.7 accuracy mark. So again, a couple of bad judgments or misses are to be looked at in order for her to take the match at all.
Yeah, and this map is just a steamrolling train, just keeps going, doesn't ever let you, give you time to breathe. You're just gonna have to keep going.
Yeah, just really relentless in its difficulty. We are, again, in the back half and things have picked up. Lithium has kind of grown just a bit. Patterns more abrasive. Last quarter of the map, and ASharpp with a pretty decent around 4k point lead that is very, very sizable. Nice cushion to have, especially if you are to take a fall in this last section here, but honestly does not seem so. Just very, very trivial patterns for ASharpp, so comfortable. And Mari, although it was a very well fought battle, did their best to stay afloat and alive. Even getting what looks to be a 990 can do nothing in the face of ASharpp. 997 for them, and it does a double-digit perfect FC V1SS as well.
Yeah, 84 300s is an extremely good ratio on this.
Yeah, that's very, very scary. Almost 20 to 1 MA. Not something you'd like to see on the other side of your screen if you are Alice Mari. Maybe you're hoping for a couple of misses in order to take that point, but nothing doing. Alice Mari now up to pick as they are down 0 to 1. And immediately goes for the Protect Vortex Rice 5.
Yeah, so we're gonna see this, if their strategy is gonna pay off and if it's gonna work out for them.
Hopefully it does work out, as it is very much an important point to take. Breakpoint would be very deadly in the scope of a best of 7 match, first to 4, because there's not a lot of breathing room if you choke your first point.
Yeah, you could only have a potential of only 2 picks, so losing one of them is extremely detrimental.
Pretty slow start overall, but ASharpp really showing off the differential when it comes to accuracy. 99.95 compared to 99.81 for Mari. Even though it's a very, very good accuracy to start off with on the side of Mari, I mean, slightly goes to ASharpp as they're rewarded for how much they are hacking.
Ooh. And unfortunately, Murray finds a break on their pick, and that is not what you want to see. It was after a 400 combo cap, so we're gonna lose out on quite a few points there.
Yeah, max damage dealt to her. Very clean overall, but again, damage is done regardless. Back half of the map left now, and ASharpp still hanging above 99.92. Just a Herculean performance from them.
Yeah, and this map is not easy whatsoever. It has a lot of patterns here to trick you up, and it is really, really impressive to hold a 99.91 on this.
Yeah, awkward patterns, awkward snapping. I know you mentioned it before in a past stream, but it's definitely a song to be mapped to, right?
Yeah.
Mari taking yet another drop in the last couple of sections of the map. Gonna drop down that accuracy to a 99.56, but I think the answer was already written in the wall. ASharpp finishing off this map with a 99.9 yet again, almost getting yet another 997. Another V1 as claimed by him as well, almost getting to that double-digit perfect zone.
Yeah, and really nothing to scoff at on Marie's side. Still very, very good accuracy there. It's just ASharpp is one step above and beyond.
Yeah, very. I think Mario would be very, very competitive in the winners bracket against most other people. She's put up some very scary scores overall in these first two maps, but again, the opponent is ASharpp. This is one of the veterans when it comes to high-level tournament gameplay. So ASharpp picking their next map is going to be Hybrid 1 all in, and potentially this could be his last pick as it is 2-0 right now. It looks to make it his third.
And I think I like this pick because for ASharpp, due to the fact that overall I would say ASharpp has the slight advantage on LNs. So that hybrid 1 pick, which is mostly focused on rice but has some LNs towards the back end of the map, is a pretty good pick.
Yeah, I think it really hangs in the transition. Like you said, when it gets more LN heavy in the back half, it's kind of a very crucial point to get into the mind of turning the gears in your head and going from rice mode to noodle mode. Remains to be seen how both of these players will handle it. And I think, again, as always, when this map comes up, that level of technicality is needed, especially with the awkward dumpy patterns in the rice sections, as well as the very short long notes that are thrown at you.
Yeah, and as we get done with this intro and go into the first section of his song, with the dumpy patterns coming up, we see Alice Marie holding a 99.7, but still 0.2 behind ASharpp, who has a 99.9, one in rising.
Yeah, hanging on yet again to that 99.9 mark in accuracy. ASharpp is playing absolutely out of his mind right now. Stellar performance from him, but actually takes a large drop. So Mari now in the driver's seat. It's up to them to be able to FC the rest of this map and hopefully take one home.
Yeah, this map is quite tricky, so finding a break on this is, if you're trying to get a really high ratio, is not uncommon. There's a lot of tricky parts where you can mess up.
Mari looking to strike back with a 990 of her own. Remains to be seen as there's still a lot of tricky sections left in this map, a lot of tricks left in the sleeves. You see it here, very staggered Ellen starts and releases, as well as the rice dance around with it. Last couple of measures and that lead is ever so close. Last couple of notes, and the ASharpp actually flickering back and forth, make it back from the ACK. And it's actually going to close off with ASharpp taking the point.
Oh yeah, that shifted right at the end there. Just a few bad judgments from Marie, and it just completely shifted to ASharpp's side with a 2.5k lead.
Yeah, it was so close. I think it's appropriate to say that it was very much kind of a choke at the end of the map, but that is very understandable as those patterns are killer. Just the fact that Mari was able to hold on and FC the map is very well played by her, but ASharpp, even with that miss, was able to cut down that MA and minimize the 200s. Still had that outside shot and ends up actually taking that point.
Yeah, now Marie going to Hybrid 2, the other hybrid that is more Ellen focused this time.
Yeah, a little bit of a bento moment when it came to the music, but yes, Hybrid 2 being picked out. I mean, Mari did well on Hybrid 1, so maybe can make something happen on Hybrid 2. This is the more LN-oriented hybrid map in the pool. And honestly, she's been so consistent. It's just the accuracy difference from a top-level player is nothing to sneeze at. But regardless, the maps have been competitive, and hopefully this one will be too.
Yeah, and I find that this map is pretty easy to get into for Rice players. It's quite simple in terms of the LNs. There isn't very many complicated release. It's mostly density.
Yeah, 100% agree. It's like density-ish patterns, but very light throughout, and some bursts here and there, but it really just rolls. ASharpp garnering a very early head start here. They're the way into this map, and it's a 99.84 versus a 99.64, so still hanging at about that 0.2% of an act difference that we've seen throughout this match. Second third of the map over and done with. We are getting back into the thick of it in terms of these patterns. Lots of LNs thrown at you. It's density patterns that we were talking about. And already taking a little bit of a hit to their accuracy, drop from about a mid 99.6 all the way down to 99.58. ASharpp looking just fine. Very clean overall, 99.86 from them. Boosting their lead by just a little bit as the map tries to close out, and ASharpp tries to close out this match.
And yeah, ASharpp looking for the final break point to win it all, keeping some extremely impressive accuracy. As the map finishes.
That accuracy in the end is gonna do him well. Another stellar score by him to finish things off. 995 and almost a V1 SS, just 2 black flags from them. So that's gonna do it for Mari's run in the winners bracket. But honestly, it was such a great performance by her. I mean, pulling out all these FCs against one of the toughest opponents in the winners bracket pool is no joke. So, well played to both of these players. However, ASharpp is going to advance into the round of 16 winners side bracket.
Yep, well done to both the players. Pulling out some incredible scores, really. And we're gonna see another match in 36 minutes from now. Probably the biggest match of the night.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That is going to be Neptune versus Mathia. You've got the USA MWC captain versus probably one of the scariest Rice players to ever grace the keyboard. So you guys really do not want to miss that. That's gonna do it for now. We're gonna end up this pretty long block with that match. So we will see you guys in about 36 minutes for the next one.